Hey everybody, what's up? Gene Jackson here at the Retro Wrestling Archive. Just dropping in with a little bit of a channel update. I'm gonna start trying to do these, once every couple of weeks, if not more frequently. Been meaning to for a while, and just been super busy. But gonna start dropping in, letting folks know what's going on with the channel. We've had a lot of cool stuff we've added lately. We've added a lot of AWA wrestling from 1988. A while back we put up a bunch of 84, 85. Don't really have a lot of 87 and 86. I'm looking to add that to my collection. I do have a bunch of AWA from 87 on DVD, but it was all recorded from the ESPN Classic channel. So it has the tickers and stuff like that at the bottom. I don't know. It's kind of distracting. So I'm trying to find somebody where I can get some AWA from 87 without all that. I mean, I know most of it is recording off ESPN. So you're going to have a little of that, but man, there's a lot of it on this ESPN Classic stuff. So working on getting some more of that. And I got some 89. I got a lot of 88, got a lot of 89, even got some 90, which, I know AWA 90, not great stuff, but it's something to watch. It's a moment in time, if you will. So probably get to that eventually. I came into a lot of Ohio Valley wrestling, and I have got 99 up through about 2006, 2007 at least, almost all of that TV. So I've started adding a lot of stuff from Real Dan Alexander. It's good for a laugh. I agree, man. That AWA 1990 is hard to get through. 88 has its moments. It gets a little rough. 89 is getting rougher, but by 90, man, it is a hard pill to swallow. But so we're adding some 2000 OVW, and it seems to be getting pretty good feedback. People are pretty happy about that. So I'm going to continue to add 2000, and we'll just work our way through, man. We'll go the 2000, 2001, 2002. If there's a year that, everybody would like to see more than, 2000 and 2001, maybe we'll jump ahead. I can start uploading some, 02, 03, 04, and then we can jump back to 2000s. So whatever everybody wants to see here, man. I'm wanting to, everybody here has been awesome. We're almost up to 6,000 subscribers. People are great with leaving feedback on the videos. So I want to put on the channel what everybody wants to see. And, so as far as that OVW goes, if you like the 2000, we'll keep it coming. If you guys want to jump ahead to a different year, we can always look at, jumping around a little bit if we need to. I've added quite a bit of compilations of the World Wrestling Council from Puerto Rico. I got quite a bit more of that to add, a bunch more discs I'm going to upload. My best of Houston and Mid-South, got quite a few more discs of that to load. A lot of that 80s Portland, still got quite a few discs of that as well. And a ton of other stuff. I've got a lot of stuff that I really would love to upload to the channel, but I just don't think I can put it on YouTube. It's going to borderline on a copyright strike, or at least get blocked in a lot of areas. So I'm adding some of that to Patreon. If you look under my name there, patreon.com/retro wrestling archive. I'm starting to add more and more stuff over there that we can't necessarily put on YouTube always. A lot of compilation stuff, some Japanese stuff. And we do the Hot Mics, which is the pre and post show for the Retro Wrestling Review USWA podcast, which I can't put that podcast on this channel because it's exclusive to WrestleCopia, and it's over on the YouTube channel for WrestleCopia, which is the Wrestling Memory Grenade channel. But we do have the pre and post show stuff here on our Patreon, patreon.com/retro wrestling archive. There's a lot of good free content there on that Patreon that you can see, but you can get everything else, for just $5 a month. So give it a try. I'm going to be adding more stuff there. I'm looking at, I have the Retro Wrestling Review USWA podcast that we do over on WrestleCopia. It's a weekly podcast. It drops every Wednesday at WrestleCopia, where we're reviewing right now. We're doing weekly episodes of 1993 USWA, and also have my weekly Dangerous Conversations with Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Tommy Wildfire Rich. And eventually, here on the channel, I'm going to bring back the Retro Wrestling with Gene Jackson, where I interview old school wrestlers. I do show reviews on there as well. But as I mentioned to everybody, I put a post about it. I've got a big project I'm working on right now that's taking up a lot of my time, but I'm trying to get it done. We've got a pretty hard deadline on it that I've got to have it finished. So we kind of had to put, I had to pick one podcast that I had to kind of put on the back burner. So I picked the Retro Wrestling, the YouTube show for right now, because I have commitments to WrestleCopia to keep those shows going weekly. So that show's on the back burner right now. It won't be for much longer. We'll be wrapping this project up in 2 or 3 more weeks, and then I'll get Retro Wrestling cranked back up. We'll get some more reviews going. I got quite a few people lined up that want to do interviews that I've just been having to kind of keep them at bay right now because I hadn't had time to research for the interviews, because I like to go and study up on everybody and make sure that this ain't just what are your memories of when Brett and Sean got in a locker room fight, shit like that. I want it to be in depth. I want to talk to them about their careers. I want to know exactly what I'm talking about. And most of these folks I do, but some of them, I know periods of their career. I know the territories that I got to see them in, but I'm not necessarily well versed at everything they did because I grew up in the South and I didn't always have access to all the different territories. So before I do these interviews, I like to do my homework and have some notes and come into this thing with a game plan. So we're going to get all that fired back up soon. I'm also looking at, for the people who are looking at joining the Patreon, or bless your heart if you have already joined the Patreon, thank you. It helps out so much because all this stuff, getting these DVDs and everything of all this footage to put up on here on YouTube and all the software and all that, it's not free. So it takes some money to make all this happen. So everybody who's supporting via Patreon is very much appreciated. I can't tell you how much I really appreciate it. And so I want to do some more stuff, to provide you some more bang for your buck over there. So I'm looking at possibly adding a Patreon exclusive review show. And I don't know for that. I'm debating on if I do that. I don't know if I'm going to take on a co-host because it's so hard juggling all these different shows and scheduling with all these different co-hosts. And something like this project will be it won't be a weekly thing. It'll be just as I have time to get it done type thing. And so it means I'll be kind of recording on the fly. So I may try one out by myself and it may be terrible. People may be like, no, man, you can't pull this off by yourself. And it may crash and burn, but I'm going to give it a shot. But right now I'm trying to land on what I want to do, because I wanted to kind of do it like the USWA podcast where I'm going to pick something and do weekly. The couple of things I'm looking at. One, I'm pondering based on feedback I've gotten and things that people have asked me. I'm thinking about revisiting the UWF Fury cast and maybe bringing that back. I know Bob Anderson's not interested in watching Herb Abrams UWF again, and I get that. So I may bring that back by myself and finish out as many of the episodes as I can. I'm also pondering perhaps doing like a go through the year of 1984 in Memphis. 1984. Me and Ray Russell for WrestleCopia are currently doing the regional wrestling where we're covering Memphis in 1985, and we started with 85, and 84 was a really good year. There were some big stars, or at least people who would go on to be big stars, that was in Memphis at the time. A lot of good stuff happening. So I may do that. If you have any suggestions of things that you would like to hear me perhaps pick up a new review show for Patreon, by all means, please suggest them. I'm also looking at perhaps going back. Like I said, we started with 93 for USWA. I'm looking at maybe going back and doing 91 for Patreon. maybe even 92. I don't know. So if you got any suggestions of something you would like for me to add as a Patreon exclusive review show, please, you can tell me. You can put it in the comments of this video. You can put it in the comments of any of the other videos. I see them all. I try to respond to them all. But it's right now, like I say, with this big project we got going on and all these different podcasts, it's keeping me pretty busy right now. But I did want to take a moment here to jump on here and just thank everybody for all the great feedback and kind of let you know what we got going on. Like I say, we got a lot more AWA coming. We got a lot more OVW. We got a lot more WWC from Puerto Rico. Of course, I'm always going to be throwing in USWA matches, different stuff from Memphis. We've got more Houston wrestling and Mid-South coming. So if you have any leads on anybody with wrestling collections they're looking to unload, or leads to where I can find some good footage. I come across that Georgia from 1984 that I put up that was not available out there many places, and some of it was really good quality. So the view count on those have been amazing. They've been some of the most viewed videos on the channel in the last couple of months. So things like that there's not a lot of out there that you guys would like to see. If you have a lead on where I can find it, by all means, you can, like I say, you can reach me here on YouTube, comment in the videos, or my email is genejackson95@gmail.com. Again, genejackson95@gmail.com. And also you can reach me at uswapodcast@outlook.com. Either one of those. So I'm going to have some more compilations coming up. Adding some, like I say, I'm adding some different shows to Patreon that I don't really think I can get away with putting here on YouTube. Also, we're going to have some more Memphis wrestling from the 2000s. I've got sporadic discs of that I'm coming across as I'm going through my collection. And I'm sorry that they're not all necessarily in sequence or in order, but as I come across them, I'm adding them to the channel. So I've gotten some pretty good feedback on that as well. So just keep spreading the word. Thank you all. Again, we're almost to 6,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Let's keep that momentum going. Thank you to everybody who watched the live stream, and especially everybody who got on there and commented. Me and Josh and Richard had a great time. Everybody was awesome. We're going to be doing some more of that. So if you have suggestions on shows that'll be fun for us to live stream and watch along here on YouTube, please don't hesitate to send me your suggestions. Again, genejackson95@gmail.com. Look at that. Love your channel. Been watching Memphis in chronological order up to mid-93. That's awesome. That is awesome. I was so excited to put. There's been sporadic episodes of Memphis all over YouTube for a long time, but there was not really one central location to kind of have it all. And so I set out, I guess about a year and a half ago, to upload all of my USWA here to the channel. So it's kind of like one-stop shopping. If you wanted to see USWA in the 90s, it was here. And so we accomplished that. Pretty excited about that. There's a few missing episodes here and there that I need to plug in. And I'm still always on the lookout for those. And I've got some people who are hunting me down a few of those. So the few holes that you can find in the USWA collection, we're looking to replace. The few, I'll say there's more than a few episodes where the quality leaves a little bit to be desired. We're looking to replace those as well. So we want to keep that coming. Casey says more 2000s Corey Mack on the way. Yes, I have some more of those. My DVD collection is like, there's one big huge case with like 2,000 DVDs in it, and then the rest are in various albums. So I'm going through those, and somehow those Memphis DVDs have gotten mixed all through that case, all through the albums. So as I'm finding those 2000 Corey Macklin shows, I'm just adding them. So like I said a minute ago, I'm sorry they're not necessarily in order, sequential, year sequence. But I figure, just as I find them, I'm putting them up there. I have a lot of friends that are on those shows, so I know they're enjoying seeing those as well. Let's see. Are you going to set up an AWA playlist? I love it. Yeah, I need to. Like, there's one ginormous AWA playlist. This is like everything AWA. I've been lumping it into that one playlist, and it's not in order and the shit's just all over the place. So yes, that is something I'll be doing very soon, is going through and making like 84 AWA, 85, 80. And like I said, we don't really have much 86 and 87, but then 88, 89, 90. And then as I find 86, 87, we'll get those uploaded. We'll get those in a playlist as well. That's one thing I definitely need to do a better job of, is organizing these playlists so it's easier to find these things. Because I did break up all the USWA by year, and they're all in there, a year at a time in order. And so like the AWA and stuff like that, it's just been lumped into one massive list. So that is on the horizon. I promise we're going to get that done. So thank you everybody for subscribing. Like I say, thank you for commenting on the videos. Thank you for commenting on the lives. We're going to have some more live stream stuff coming up soon. And again, anytime you need to reach me, if you got any suggestions, questions, whatever they may be, feel free to comment on the videos, or you can email me directly at genejackson95@gmail.com. Thank you guys. And again, I'm going to be trying to do these updates, if not once a week, every other week or so. So look for me back here soon with some news on whatever I can find next. I'm always on the hunt for more footage to get out here. And I've got a ton of it I hadn't put up yet, but I don't ever want to run out. So I'm constantly looking for more collections to add. Like I said, I happened to access all this OVW recently, and there's a lot of good stuff there. So I'm excited about that. And a lot of this AWA, but again, it's 88, 89, 90, and that's cool. But I really want to get a hold of more 85 and 86 and 87, which I know 87 wasn't a great year, but I was like 10 years old. I remember a lot of that. So I want to get it for nostalgia purposes. So again, thank you all, and keep sharing it with people and keep spreading the word. And I will keep putting up that old school retro wrestling that everybody loves. And again, any suggestions for potential Patreon exclusive watch alongs and Patreon review shows, send them my way. Talk to you soon. Thanks.